Let's be honest, AI isn't some far-off promise anymore. It is here, right now, and it's reshaping our world at a speed that's, well, it's kind of mind-boggling. In this explainer, we're going to cut through all the noise and give you a really clear view of what's happening, who the key players are, and the big challenges that are going to define everything as we head towards 2026. Okay, let's just start with a number that's almost hard to wrap your head around, $22.9 trillion. That is the potential annual economic impact of AI. To put that in perspective, that's roughly the size of the entire US economy. We're not just talking about some new gadget or a new industry, we are literally talking about a new economic foundation being built under our feet. And this whole thing is happening at a frankly blistering pace. Just look at this adoption curve. A year ago, about half of organizations, 55%, were using AI. Today, that has rocketed up to 78%. This is a full-blown AI gold rush, and you better believe companies everywhere are scrambling to get their piece of the pie. So what's behind this crazy acceleration? In this first part, we're going to unpack what we're calling the AI gold rush and figure out how this technology went from a niche research project to an absolutely core business capability, seemingly in the blink of an eye. You know, it helps to think of the AI economy as having two main layers, kind of like an electrical grid. First, you've got the giant power plants. These are the huge frontier models from companies like OpenAI and Google. They cost billions to build. And then you have all the appliances that plug into that power, all the specialized software tools built for specific jobs, whether it's designing clothes or diagnosing diseases. All right, that brings us right to the heart of the action, the AI arms race. We're going to look at the major players battling it out for dominance. And even more importantly, we'll explore what the next great leap in this technology is actually going to be. So you've got the big players, right? OpenAI's GPT-5, it's known for being fast and versatile. Then you have Anthropic's Claude, which is a master of long-form content. And of course, Google's Gemini, which plugs into their whole ecosystem. But here's the real story this chart tells. The performance gap between these top models, it's shrinking fast. The race is getting tighter, and that's forcing innovation at an absolutely incredible speed. And all this competition, it's pushing us towards a really profound shift. For the last couple of years, we've thought of AI as this brilliant oracle, right? It can answer any question. But the next frontier, that's something else entirely. It's about moving from just answering to actually acting. And that new frontier has a name, agentic AI. We are moving way beyond simple chatbots. We're talking about autonomous systems that can understand a complex goal, create a plan from scratch, and then execute that plan over multiple steps. The really crucial shift here is from a passive tool you give commands to an active digital teammate that truly collaborates with you. And this is what we're talking about. This image really nails it. It's about giving AI hands, so to speak, so it can interact with the digital world. It can book flights, conduct market research, manage entire projects, all by itself. It is the fundamental difference between just thinking and actually doing. And hey, don't go thinking this is some kind of sci-fi future. The numbers show this is happening right now. 14% of organizations have already implemented AI agents, and almost a quarter are in the pilot stage. This revolution is already here, and it's quietly transforming businesses from the inside out. Okay, so this brings us to the real-world impact. Let's zoom out from the tech for a second and see how these powerful new capabilities are creating actual, tangible value across the economy. So there are two huge trends that are basically pouring gasoline on this fire. First, democratization. The cost to train and run these things has absolutely plummeted, which means powerful AI is now in the hands of way more people than just the tech giants. And second, specialization. We're learning that smaller, more focused AI models can often be way more effective than the giant one-size-fits-all systems for specific jobs. So what does this actually look like in the real world? Let's take retail. The fashion giant ASOS used AI for everything, personalizing what you see, optimizing their supply chain, forecasting demand. And the result? A pretty stunning threefold increase in profit. That's the direct, bottom-line impact we're talking about. But the impact in healthcare? Wow, that's even more profound. AI algorithms can now look at a medical scan, like this chest x-ray right here, and spot the signs of lung cancer with an accuracy that can actually be better than human radiologists. This is technology that literally saves lives by catching disease earlier and more reliably than we ever could before. Okay, so as we look toward 2026, the promise is obviously huge, but, so are the challenges. In this final section, we're going to explore some of the dangers on the road ahead, and the one big question we all really need to start asking ourselves. Now, you might think the biggest threat to AI's progress is, the tech itself, but you'd be wrong. It's the data that fuels it. Some researchers are predicting that by 2026, we could actually run out of the high-quality public data from the internet that's used to train these models. We are facing a potential data bottleneck.
And it's not just about the technical stuff. There's a very human side to this, a human cost to think about. This quote here really hits on a major concern. Are we automating the wrong things? Instead of using AI to get rid of the drudgery, are we running the risk of automating the creative, fun, engaging work and leaving humans with only the boring, repetitive tasks?
And that really leads us to what the future of work is probably going to look like. It's not about full automation, it's about collaboration. Like this quote says, the most important question isn't if humans are involved, but where we strategically put that human oversight. The goal is to build systems where the machines do the heavy lifting, and we humans provide the crucial judgment, the ethical oversight, and the final sign-off. So this is what it all comes down to. As we race towards 2026, the real question isn't about what the technology can do anymore. It's about our choices. It's not what AI can do for us, but what we, as leaders, as creators, as citizens, choose to do with it. The power to steer this thing is in our hands. The only question left is, how are you going to use it?